Hello everyone, welcome back to a new session. In this video, I'm going to talk about catastrophizing. So what is catastrophizing? Catastrophizing is a basic cognitive or thinking error in which you imagine or you expect the worst, the horrible, that something very terrible and something unrecoverable will happen out of a situation. So why do we catastrophize? And what to do to replace those catastrophic thoughts. In this video, I'm going to explain you how catastrophe actually leads you to depression, anxiety and many such disorders. So let me explain you well with a story. There's a man who is driving late in the night, in the dark. So he hears a very loud sound followed by a flat tire. So he opens his trunk and he finds his spare tire along with a wrench. But with a sinking feeling, he understands that the jack is missing. So he immediately takes his phone out of his pocket and sees that there is no reception because there is no network. And immediately he looks down to the road and he finds a porch of light towards him. So he just thinks that why not go to the farmer and ask for the jack. So he is very much scared, but he still keeps walking in the dark because he needs the jack to replace his tire. So all the thoughts come to him as he walks in the dark. So he keeps thinking, what if the farmer gets cranky that I'm waking up in the middle of the night? Or what if the farmer robs me because I'm all alone? What if the farmer stabs me? Or what if the farmer sends out a dog on me? So he keeps thinking all these catastrophic images, catastrophic thoughts in his head. So he finally makes it upstairs to the farmer. So immediately he stands. So the farmer immediately opens the door. As the door opens, the stranded man, he's angry and he's very much scared at the same time with all these catastrophic thoughts. So suddenly when he opens, this stranded person imagines a bug-eyed and a red-faced farmer, but he asks, how can I help you? But instead at the same time, this person says, dang your jack, I don't need your jack, and just stabs him right away on his face. So this is what happens when you expect the worst, when you imagine the worst. It actually restricts your opportunity to have good out of a situation. So it actually limits your space to something actually good that should happen. So catastrophizing is taking a difficult situation and imagining the worst and terrible things to happen out of a situation. For example, you just fail a test. And then immediately your thought process goes like, what if I fail the test? They're going to throw me out of the school or college. And what if they throw me out of the school or college? I'm not going to get a job. If I don't get a job, I end up working or cleaning at McDonald's or somewhere like that. And what if it happens, I end up dying or starving on the streets? So this is what catastrophe actually looks like. So if you are watching this video, take a minute, take a pause and just think. Are you in this phase of catastrophizing whenever a difficult situation shows up in your life? So we come across parents who say that if you don't do your chores well or if you don't clean your dishes well, your roommates or your classmates, your roommates are probably gonna hate. What they say ultimately, you won't get a good partner if you don't do your dishes well or your chores well. So this is what catastrophe looks like. We actually use catastrophe, that is a basic cognitive distortion or the basic thinking error, to serve two dysfunctional functions. Number one is it protects us or it acts as a defense mechanism or a coping strategy to protect us that something uncertain is going to happen. It acts as a coping strategy. Number two, this is very important point. We use catastrophe as a path for motivation. Yes, we actually use fear as motivation. So we see many parents, or we as parents, what we do is we just try to inflict fear in kids to make them do something. We use fear as a motivator. For example, if your kid doesn't, so we just tell our kids that if they do not go to school, they are going to end up somewhere working in some restaurants or in mechanic shops. So we use fear always as a motivator. So if you're watching this video, again take a pause, again just analyze yourself and just take this minute or use this time to reconstruct your thoughts and check on yourself if you're using fear as a motivator. If not taken proper care of, if you don't replace these catastrophic thoughts with healthier ones, you're going to end up with anxiety and depression. It makes us anxious, it makes us stressed out because it makes the brain to send out less or produce less of the hormones like serotonin and dopamine, which are the hormones of pleasure and happiness. So when this happens, it ultimately leads to depression, anxiety, and all such related problems. So how do you stop these catastrophic thoughts? First of all, make sure that you get enough sleep, because lack of sleep makes you more vulnerable and it creates hypersensitivity to anything that happens around you. Sleep well and eat well, and make sure that you build up your emotional muscles so that you can use your emotional sword to fight out such difficult situations with much more healthier thoughts. Make sure that you replace those catastrophic thoughts or those motivating. And I want to conclude this session by saying that there will be uncertainties in your life. There will be happiness, sorrow, moments of anxiety, moments of uncertainty, difficulties, everything. First of all, you should be strong enough and you should accept some level of risk to have a wholehearted or a fulfilled life. So I'll see you in my next session. Hope this video is useful to you. Bye.